Hello friends, has your child undergone a liver transplant and are you really worried about what your kid should eat or drink? Stay tuned. We will decode this in the subsequent video. I am Dr. Vibhor Borkar. I am practicing pediatric hepatologist, gastroenterologist and liver transplant physician in Mumbai area. At present, I am working as a director of pediatric hepatology gastroenterology at Clinical Hospital, Parel, Mumbai. At our hospital, our team routinely performs liver transplant in children who are at the end stage of a liver disease. So it's a very common question that comes to the parents' mind is that what food child should eat after liver transplant. Let's discuss 5 important food that your kid should eat and also 5 food which your kid should not eat. When the child has a liver disease to the extent that child needs a liver transplant, lot of things are happening in the child's body. First, digestion of the food is not good. So the liver cannot digest the food and the body doesn't get the enough food. So because of that, child's growth doesn't happen well. So child's weight and height is less than for the appropriate age. Also, the proportion of the body components like fat, muscle mass, protein, this everything is disturbed. Also, there is a water retention. So, and number of issues are going on. Now what happens after the liver transplant is a healthy liver is put back into the baby's body and now there is a lot of changes that's happening and the liver is regenerating as well as body is now started getting a good nutrients and the body is growing. So the post liver transplant most important factor is support the body's growth by providing adequate nutrition. So when you are talking about the food, our main target is to get good weight and height, that means both to increase the calcium and other important micronutrients, minerals so that the bone health is also improved. So just good food doesn't mean you need to add weight. The quality of the food is also important. I will request parents to read a concept of My Plate which tells what should be the proportion of all the food into the diet. So let's see what are the 5 important food. First important is the food that gives a very good protein like lentils. If you are a non-vegetarian, you can definitely add an egg. Whole whey egg is always better, which contains both white and yellow part. Fish, lean chicken, they are very good source of protein. Also any kind of a dal like chana dal, soya bean, they are also a good protein. So why protein is important? It acts as a building block inside the body. So the weight gain is good. The next group is fresh vegetables. They give a lot of antioxidants, micronutrients, vitamins that are essential for all the tissue which is growing. Third important ingredient is whole grain. So any kind of the cereals, it can be a whole wheat, jowar, bajra, even rice, whatever the form, it should not be a processed milk. Give anything which you can prepare from a whole wheat that will add a good nutrition, that will add good calories. Don't ignore the fibers in the diet. The fiber adds a balance to the diet, allows a good microorganisms to grow. Also, it improves the intestinal motility so that your intestine is ready for the digestion of the food. Also, you can use milk products which are pasteurized. So all the milk products like even the whole milk, paneer, curd, they are again the good source of calcium and that is something ready to give to the child. So use a small proportion of milk and also the good fat. Now let's discuss the food which you should definitely avoid. Most important thing is avoid street food. You can understand that after the liver transplant, your child is growing well, he has a good appetite, he might be wanting to explore a lot of things. But after a liver transplant, the immunity decreases. So he is at more risk of infection initially first few months after the liver transplant. So definitely avoid a street side food. Then the second important group one should avoid is a raw food. So raw food like sushi or undercooked food you should be avoiding. If you want to give a child any vegetables or raw fruit, make sure they are properly washed and the peel is removed so that the chances of infection are very less. So the next important food that your child should avoid is packaged food which contains a lot of salt like chips, salted dry fruits, salted peanuts, even the biscuits, they are contain high amount of sodium and soda bicarb. So why we should avoid this is because post-transplant few kids has hypertension. So this addition of the salt can increase the requirement of sometimes the blood pressure medicine. That's why you should avoid it. So the next food stuff that you should avoid is a junk food or anything which is with a refined sugar. This will increase a lot of calories which will be without the protein. So the child is going to accumulate the fat. Remember, we want to increase the weight by giving a composite diet, and there should be a more protein, not the empty calories. That's why avoid the refined sugar, because later on if your kid gets a lot of weight which is because of the fat, same kind of fat will also deposit the liver, and this new liver may not tolerate this fat deposition in the liver. So avoid refined sugar, junk food in the diet. The next important food you should avoid is unpasteurized milk. So any unpasteurized milk means that directly comes from the animal that is prone to infection like listeria infection, even the tuberculosis infection that is very prevalent in our country. So you should avoid any unpasteurized milk and food items that are made from the unpasteurized milk. So dear parents, this was in a nutshell a guideline for a proper healthy foodstuffs which your child should eat and which you should avoid. We try to give this information based on the available scientific information to guide you in the right direction. If you have any queries, if you want to know any more information or you have any doubts, feel free to reach us and comment us on this video. Thank you for being with us. Please don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Thank you for patiently hearing me. Bye.